Hello, everyone. You are welcome once again to today's lesson. And in today's lesson, okay, the first part, we are going to have a very brief one. Our duty is to look at what the solution to the assignment that was given in the previous lesson. And as you can see or have on your screens, okay, this was the question that you were asked to solve. Okay, so quickly, let's look at the solution together. So as usual, for any question that you are given, okay, concerning permutation and combination, please study the question, okay, then try to picture the situation, then you formulate your, objective function, if I'm supposed to put it that way. Okay, your plan, what you think the question is all about. Okay, so you visualize the situation. So if you look at this, we are told out of 7 mathematicians and 8 physicians, a committee of 5 mathematicians and, okay, 6 physicians is to be formed. So obviously we know, okay, when we are forming committees, we deal with what? Selection. And even in the question, you can see the keyword is there. Must be selected, must be selected. So obviously, you should know that we are dealing with what selection goes with what combination. So the question before us is a combination question. So now that we are able to recognize, okay, that the question is a combination question, then we need to set out our plan to solve, okay, this particular question. Okay, fortunately, unfortunately, the question didn't come with a major question number. So after writing the solution, okay, no major question number, then we extract the information given. We are more interested and very much interested in the total number of what mathematicians as well as the total number of physicians that you are going to choose from. Okay, that's not to say that the number of mathematicians and physicians who you are supposed to choose to form the committee is not important. It's very, very equally important. Only that when extracting, we are going to be much interested in their total number. So you write given, okay, and what do we have? Okay, number of mathematicians. I can even write 7 mathematicians. It's the same thing. And okay, what do we have? 8 physicians. So 8, okay, physicians. Okay, I've extracted the information, okay, that we have there, okay, in terms of the numbers of the 2 categories. Okay, now we know the number to be selected. Like I said, as your rough work, you can write maybe R of what? The mathematician, R sub n. Okay, you know, the number that you select usually will be R, and the number given will be your n. So R sub m for mathematician, and that is what? 5. Okay, and R, okay, sub what? P for physicians, and that is what? 6. Okay, so at this point, you come to A. Okay, we are still on conditional, okay, combination. But here the condition for A is that 2 particular mathematicians must be selected. 2 particular mathematicians must be selected. And remember, we said here we are going to represent the mathematician, the physicians, okay, by, okay, strokes. So indirectly, I have M for mathematicians, like we did in our previous lesson. How many? We said 7 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and the physicians, how many of them? 8 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now if you read the question carefully for A, the condition is on, okay, mathematicians. So you have restrictions on mathematicians. So you come and write, therefore, we are looking for the number of ways. So at least we all know that this is how we begin. Number of ways, okay, will be equal to. Now, restriction on mathematician, no restriction on physicians. So mathematician, we are told that 2 particular mathematicians must be selected. So assuming these 2, okay, are the ones that must be selected, and it means their selection is automatic. They are already selected. Okay, however, the mathematicians, okay, you need 5 on the committee. So if you've selected 2, okay, it means you need 3 more to select from the remaining, okay, 5. Do you agree? So that will give us 5 combination 3. Okay, and your physicians, remember, no restriction. So for the physicians, you still have, okay, a 6 to select from what? From 8. So that will be 8. Okay, combination was 6. Okay, so at this point, you know what you are supposed to do. Use the definition to expand this, expand this. Okay, then after that, okay, you know what to do. So that will give us 5 factorial over, okay, 5 minus 3 factorial. Okay, then times what? 3 factorial. Okay, the whole of that times, then you come and evaluate this one too, using the definition. So that will give us 3 factorial over 8 minus, sorry, 8 factorial, not 3. 8 minus 6, okay, all factorial, then times what? Your 6, okay, factorial. So at this point, what do we do? Before, please, we have to make sure we simplify this. So 5 factorial will be your denominator will be 2 factorial here. Okay, then times 3 factorial. And the whole of that times 8 factorial over, okay, 8 minus 6 will also give us 2 factorial. Then what? So times 6 factorial. Okay, so at this point, like I said, okay, you can expand this using, okay, writing 8 to contain 6 factorial, 8 factorial to contain 6 factorial, 5 factorial to contain. Otherwise, you can use your calculator to do 5 factorial, each of them, then later reduce. Okay, so here, what do we do? 5 factorial will give us,
120.
come again, our
120.
usual 120. Okay, over 2 factorial we know is 2 times 3 factorial we know is what? 6. Okay, so let me use the times. Then this one will give us the whole of this one times 8 factorial will give us
40320.
40320. Okay, then 2 factorial again will give us 2. Then times 6 factorial is what?
720.
Okay, our usual 720. So at this point, you know what to do. Deal with this one separately, before later you come and multiply. So I'm waiting for the result of this using your calculator.
10.
Okay, 10. Okay, then time the result of this using your calculator.
28.
28.
Yes, please.
Okay, so in all, we are going to get 280 ways. Point well made.
Yes, please.
Okay, if this happens to be your rough work, don't forget to strike it out. Okay, so that's it for A. As for A, almost all of you, okay, did justice to the question. The problem with what, came from the B. Okay, and this is it, all right. So in fact, the B concept is supposed to introduce us into another, okay, so the question was intentional. Okay, though usually you won't get a question like this. Okay, so in this case, what is the condition? 3 particular physicians cannot be selected. So immediately it's negative, you know. Okay, remember we said if it is negative, then it means it is only your N that will be affected. Your R is not what's affected. If it is in the positive, both your N and the R will be affected. That's why when the condition was here, the N was affected and the R was also affected. The original N for the mathematicians, okay, should have been 7, but it is what? It is 5 now. And the original R for your mathematician was 5. Now it is 3 because of the condition positive. Okay, so now let's look at it. This one will also give us therefore number of ways. Okay, will be equal to. You can equally do your rough work. Okay, so let me do my rough work. M. Okay, and please, the rough work, we have to see it. Make sure it's a part of your solution. Don't do it okay, somewhere that we can't see. Okay, so what do we have? Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And your physicians, we have what? 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now let's see. The condition is on what? On the physician, the mathematicians intact. So physicians, what do we have? We have, okay, so let's deal with the mathematicians first. Mathematicians intact. So mathematicians, we are selecting, okay, 5 out of 7. So it will be 7, combination, okay, 5. Then times, okay, now let's see. If you said this, with this one, we said 3 particular, so assuming this 3 cannot be, okay, selected. This is what we have. Am I right? Hello, is my point well made?
Yes, please.
Okay. And for the physicians, how many are we supposed to select in all?
6.
6. Okay, but you can see that, okay, when 3 are not available for selection, okay, we need to go and select 6 from what? From 5. And obviously, you should know that that is not possible. Is that clear?
Yes, please.
Okay, so indirectly, if you want to write, but I'm trying to tell you that it is not possible in this situation. So if you are supposed to write, in writing it, at least it will give you an information that there is something wrong. So I'm going to write it and maybe throw a little more light on it. So that will give us what? We are supposed to select what? 6 from 5. So that is supposed to be what? 5 combination what? 6, which obviously doesn't make sense. Because remember we said your R should not be, okay, more than your N. Okay, your R can go as far as your N, but it can't go beyond. Okay, so at this point, you should know, okay, this combination that you have here is not a valid combination. So it will make the whole of what we have here invalid and therefore give us 0 ways. So there you cannot, okay, give us even one, okay, arrangement in terms of what we have there. Is my point well made?
Yes, please.
Okay, so take notes. Okay, those of you who are getting negative and what have you, please, you know, there shouldn't be negative in your answer. Your number of ways cannot be a fraction. Number of ways should be a positive, okay, whole number. You shouldn't. Okay, and in this case, either you don't, it means you cannot get such an arrangement. Oh, sorry, such, okay, what do you call it? Selection, combination of one, so you cannot, so it will be 0. In actual fact, because this will give you undefined, the whole of this is undefined, but undefined here will mean, okay, 0 ways. It's not possible to find any, okay, number of ways, okay, even 1. Is my point well made?
Yes,
Okay,
please.
and if this happens to be your rough work, you strike it out. Okay, so you would have done your calculation if this was valid, but because this is not valid, it will make the entire statement here, okay, not valid as well. So in this case, it will not be possible because of this. Take note. All right. Okay, so that will be it for, okay, the solution to the assignment. Any other comments? Okay, we can discuss that later. Okay, thank you and God bless you.